Hello, Silky Buddies. Today we're going to hit the road again. We will visit my place of origin along Halsima Highway and Atok and Bugyas Benguet. Halsima Highway is also known as the Benguet Mountain Province Road, Baguio Bontoc Road, or Mountain Trail Road. It is a national secondary highway in the Philippines, situated within the Cordillera Central Range in northern Luzon. It starts from the city limit of Baguio to the municipality of Bontoc Mountain Province. It is a 150 kilometers highway and 95 kilometers of it is within Benguet Province. This road or highway system is considered as the number 9 most dangerous road in the world by List 25. Parts of the highway are dangerous, especially during the rainy season, when the landslides are common and asphalted portions become slippery. The entire highway forms a component of the National Road 204 of the Philippine Highway Network. The highway was named after an American engineer named Eusebius Julius Halsima, who served as the mayor of the Baguio City from 1920 to 1937. Under Halsima's term, its construction commenced in 1922 with the help of locals and was completed in 1930 as a foot trail. Halsima Highway has been a crucial part of the Cordillera's history and transportation. It's the only existing link between Baguio and Cordillera's most remote areas. It is the most accessible route that vegetable farmers take to distribute vegetables in Baguio's market and the biggest trading center in La Trinidad. Now, you might be asking, who is Eusebius G. Halsima? Eusebius G. Halsima, he was born in the village of New Bremen on the plains of western Ohio on March 12, 1882. The son of the town's watchmaker and jeweler, who had migrated with his wife from the northern Netherlands for economic reasons. He worked his way through Ohio State University to receive a degree in civil engineering in 1907. Unable to earn a decent living in Los Angeles as a real estate planner because of the recession of 1907 to 1908, he and his partner took the civil service examination as engineers for the Philippine government's Bureau of Public Works and arrived in the island of the Philippines in October 1908. His first assignment was the Cebu Engineering District, where he was made engineer in charge of construction of the Osmeña Water Works, which he completed early in 1912. After the project, he went home to Ohio and married his townmate, Mary Bosel, the daughter of a banker. He came back to Manila, but we were told that Cebu had been devastated by a typhoon, which required him to spearhead the rebuilding of the community. In 1913, Halsima was transferred to San Fernando, Pampanga, and was promoted to become a district engineer. Here he worked with Governor Honorio Ventura. In that year, his daughter Betty was born. In 1916, Halsima was designated to take charge of the Manila port, but went back to the United States during the First World War. He and other American engineers of the Bureau of Public Works volunteered as officers in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. While on duty in the United States, his son Jim was born. The Halsima family returned to the Philippines in 1919. Halsima was building a railroad to the Malangas coal mines in Zamboanga when he and hundreds of others were stricken with black fever, the worst form of malaria. After that incident, he was sent to Baguio and act as mayor, city engineer, and district engineer of Benguet, in which he held that position for 17 years. Under Halsima's direction, Baguio was gradually transformed from a sleepy village of 5,000 people connected to the lowlands only by one-way roads. During his term, the city became prosperous with 25,000 people with paved roads and an air link. The city-owned public utilities made possible a balanced budget which permitted city subsidies to establish the Mountain Province High School, the construction of Bonham Park Auditorium, additional market buildings, numerous elementary schools, and other facilities that attract tourists from abroad and from the Philippines. He built the mountain trail, now known as the Halsima Highway, to Buntok with the cooperation of the people along its route, which was opened in 1930. Halsima was one of the last Americans to retire from active duty in the Philippine Commonwealth government, leaving his post in 1937. The present American embassy in Manila was constructed when he worked as head of a private construction company. He looked on Baguio as his home when he retired. The Halsimas were held political prisoners by the Japanese when they came to Baguio at the end of December 1941. In 1943, he and his wife were allowed to live in Baguio. He was killed during the bombing of Baguio on March 15, 1945, and is buried with his wife in the Baguio Cemetery. In recognition of outstanding service and dedication to the city of Baguio, the Baguio Medal was posthumously awarded to Eusebius de Halsima during a special ceremony held on March 26, 1984 at the Pines Hotel in Baguio City. Ganun pala ang biography ni A.G. Halsima. Mag-take note kayo ha, magpa-practice ako mamaya. Sige, tuloy natin ang biyahe. Before, Atok Municipality owns the title of Philippine Highest Road System in the Philippines, which is at 2,300 meters above sea level. It was officially recognized as the highest altitude highway in the Philippines until 2019, when the 2,428 meters high point was recognized as the new holder of the distinctions for the Kiangan-Tinok-Bugyas Road in Tinok, Ifugao. Well, we're talking of a national highway system. However, based on my opinion, Atok still owns the highest road system because the barangay Inglangad of Atok has 2,717 meters above sea level, which is way higher than that of Kiangan-Tinok-Bugyas Road. Of course, authorities will not consider that because it is a barangay road. Anyway, walang issue dyan. No problem. Atok and Bugyas, including its neighboring municipality, offers a natural touristic beauty, especially to new visitors. It feels that you're in a foreign land because of its cold weather, mountain ranges, indigenous foods, and flowers. Usually, you just pick flowers on the roadsides and being kissed by freezing clouds. Although there's a lot of tourist attractions already here, driving through this road is an anti-stress and soul-calming experience already. By the way, aside from the tons of vegetables being produced in this town and as a whole province, Atok and Bugyas municipalities are top producers also of cactuses and other succulents that gives the local farmers to bounce back from the effect of the pandemic. So gaya na nung nakikita nyo sa screen natin, ito yung mga cactuses and other succulents naka-display lang sa daan, pwede kayong bumili anytime. And then meron din mga flowers, indigenous flowers na makikita nyo. You can just pick them along the road. And then sometimes naka-interval din sila sa mga vegetables like this one, sa mga cabbage. Meron ding naka-greenhouse. So yan. And normal sight din yung mga makikita nyong sea of clouds within the gardens. Yan, so ang lapit-lapit ng clouds sa'yo. Sometimes it is within your reach lang. Lagi mo siyang napipil everyday. And nakakatanggal ng stress. Yan yung lamang ng lugar na to. Malakas ang ulan sa taon. Mag-harvest pa sana tayo ng vegetables. Pero napakalakas ng ulan. So we decided na umuwi na lang, and we choose slow after 6 PM para at least hindi gaano ang bugs, kasi kapag within between 2 PM up to past 6 or either 7 PM talagang makapal po ang bugs or ulap. So hintay namin na at least 6 PM na mag-start para tamang-tama na hindi gaano yung bugs, para kasi kapag malakas or foggy yung sa daan, zero visibility talaga. And kapag maulan din, ganito, mayroong mga rough road at one way, and then mapapasabay ka pa sa mga nakakarga ng gulay, medyo may kahirapan and risky. Although along the roads also, mayroong mga products na pwedeng mabili, agricultural tools and products ng town na to. So hanggang dito muna mga ka-selfie. Salamat sa ating principal sponsor, Serve Enterprises.